Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I know I'm no longer Rachel's Page Turners. I'm just going to go by Rachel, and I am the Boston Book Biddy. And I know I haven't posted within the last week. You can probably still hear how hoarse my voice is. But I've been sick for the past week, and I needed to take care of myself first. But I'm back, and I'm here with a book review. Today I'm here to talk about The Sun and Her Flowers by Rupi Kaur. I actually had heard about this through a patron at work. I'm not a huge poetry reader. I don't think I've read poetry since high school, and I wasn't a huge fan of it then. You know what? Since everyone's talking about this, I'm going to read it. And I have to say, this book of poetry was just absolutely lovely. Because this is a book of poetry, there's not a lot of I can say in regards to synopsis. There are 5 sections. There's a chapter called Wilting, a chapter called Falling, a chapter called Brooding, and then the next 2 are called Rising and Blooming. So there is roughly a story. It starts off with her breaking up with a longtime partner. And throughout this book, there's just a bunch of poems that is her talking about stuff that she's been dealing with and struggling with. She broke up with somebody. Trigger warning, she does talk about a rape. And then it just continues on with her gaining strength within herself and becoming stronger, and then like the last chapter, rising and blooming and becoming a stronger woman. So lack of a better word, I want to say that there's character development with the author, and I absolutely loved her style of writing. With some of the poems, you can almost hear the hitch of breath. Like you can feel the physical pain along with her. Like this one right here is a really short poem. It's only 2 lines. On the last day of love, my heart cracked inside my body. And you can almost like, as someone who's experienced heartache, I can relate to that so much. And it's only a 2-line poem, and I found that absolutely astounding. For the longest time, I actually never understood why people would annotate books. I'm like, why are you ruining a book like that? But this isn't my book, so I didn't annotate it. But I found myself writing on scraps of paper, like page numbers, so you can't even see it because of the glare, page numbers of my favorite poems. And this one is another short one that I just absolutely loved. Why are you so unkind to me, my body cries? Because you don't look like them, I tell her. And the drawings themselves, like she drew these. I want to say she did draw these because there's no one else that's taking credit for it. That goes to show how little I know about poetry. And they were just really charming hand drawings. This is another one that I really enjoyed, and it's about sunflowers. If you can tell from the intro that I freaking love sunflowers. Despite knowing they won't be here for long, they still choose to live their brightest lives. And I just absolutely enjoyed these poems. And I did rate this 4 out of 5 stars on Goodreads, not a full 5 stars. And that's not because of her, it's because of me as a reader. I don't know how to read poetry. And it's because I didn't know how to, because I've never read poetry outside of high school. I didn't know how to read it. So the first like quarter of the book, I was really struggling with finding the pattern and how to read it. I finally found my way. I definitely eventually found my way. And this was a wonderful learning experience. But trying to figure out the beats and the momentum, it was a struggle, and it did take me out of some of these poems. I can't say any more nice things about this book. It's the first book that made me want to annotate it. I'm definitely going to eventually get my own copy and use stickers to point out all my favorite poems, because I really wouldn't want to manhandle a book. And it's the first book that's made me really want to pick up another book of poetry right away. I remember in high school just struggling through poems and like, yeah, this just isn't for me. So even if you don't think poetry is for you, definitely give this book a try. So that's all I have to say about The Sun and Her Flowers. Have you read it? Definitely let me know down in the comments about what you thought of the book. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye guys!